Good morning and welcome to Merch. Thanks for tuning in. It's another What's Cooking Wednesday. Today I'm coming to you live from my kitchen early this morning because today we're going to do two different recipes, and I thought I would focus not on meals today, but more on desserts or snacks, baked goods that are made and quick, easy for your kids. I don't know about you, but I have two teenagers. And it seems like they're busier now than ever. Activities and sports are just, trying to cram everything in to make up for lost time during lockdown. So they're always looking for something that they can grab quickly to have before they run out the door. So instead of having like something packaged, I like to have some homemade baked goods that are ready for them to grab. So today, in my little shopping cart, I have our banana bread mix and our brownies, and we're going to try something wild. We're going to do a fusion and make them together for a Brownana bread. That's right, there are no rules with Epicure, which is part of the reason I love it so much. So we're going to do this right now. So we're going to start out with the banana bread. So at our house, I always seem to have a few of the bananas from the bunch that go brown. So I save them. I either keep them on the counter until I'm ready to bake, or I throw them into the freezer. And always have banana bread or banana muffins, banana loaf as a quick go-to breakfast or snack. So we're gonna put this into our 4-cup bowl here. And then you're going to add to it, oh, you know what? This is so funny. I love being my own boss. We were supposed to mash the bananas first. So let's use our second bowl. And we're gonna take our ripe bananas and we're gonna put them into our 4-cup bowl and we're gonna mash those up. And I don't know about you, you can't have enough bananas. So even though the package says 2, I'm gonna use 3 because the more fruit, the better. Get it chopped with goodness. And we're just gonna put these over here. I'm gonna grab a paper towel. Okay, so now we're gonna take our ground meat separator, which of course with Epicure, everything has multi-uses. And we're gonna use this to mash up our ripe bananas. So I love having dual purpose kitchen tools, meal mixes. I don't like getting something just for one use. I like to get the most bang for my buck. So that's why I love this tool. I'll post later today one of my nice little charts that shows you 10 things you can do with your ground meat separator. It's not just for mashing up your meats. You can mash your bananas, avocados, chopped nuts, all kinds of goodies. So that's quickly done. There we go there. Get all the banana off. And now I'll actually read the instructions. I'm not good at that. I like to do my own thing. We're going to add in 2 eggs and a 1/3 cup of oil. And then add the mix. So I've got my 1/3 cup of oil already measured out in one of my prep bowls. So we'll put that in there. We need 2 eggs. So we'll add 2 eggs into our mix. Alrighty. And then we're gonna whisk that up. And it's nice sometimes even just to have a baked good like banana bread or brownies made up so you can pop it over to a friend or a neighbor. And I also like to take the banana bread and crumble it up into my Greek yogurt for something different in my Greek yogurt parfait. All right, we've got that mixed up. Now we're going to put our banana bread into the bowl. Ta-da! See what happens when you actually follow directions. It all works out good. So I'm going to use my 3-in-1 spatula here and just mix this up. And you don't want to over mix it. You just want to make sure that everything is kind of blended together. When you over mix your batter, then it's going to be like chewy and almost tough-like. And you want to keep it moist and airy and fluffy and delicious. Okay, so I would say that our banana bread mix looks good. So there we have it. That's your banana bread. But like I said, today we're going to do a fusion. So we're going to take our brownie mix, and let me read this one here. Whisk 2 eggs with oil, then your mix. So let's follow the directions. 2 eggs. And then we're going to measure out our oil, and it calls for 1/2 cup. So of course I like to use the prep bowl because it's all measured off for us here. So we've got 1/2 cup of oil there. Then we're gonna whisk this together, and then we'll add in our brownie mix. That's easily mixed. And just to remind everyone, all of Epicure's products are gluten-free. So I know I have a lot of customers who are celiac or gluten intolerant, and it's so nice to be able to have desserts for them. So this, of course, is gluten-free. And we're gonna mix up our brownie mix. Now today, because at my house, half of us like nuts in the brownies and half of us don't. So instead of making 1 big pan of brownies, I'm going to do 2 pans, and one will have nuts added and one won't. That way everybody's happy. The other thing I wanted to mention to you, if you have a lot of ripe bananas, you could always just make up a couple batches and freeze them. I love to have a full freezer of goodies, because then when the hunger strikes, easily they can go to the freezer and pull something out. Or what I tend to do is the night before, I always make sure I pull some goodies out of the freezer when I'm getting out my meat for my next day meals. I make sure I have some goodies pulled out of the freezer as well. So it's great to do big batch cooking, and that way you already have things made up, or it's great to pop it off to a friend. All right, we've got our brownies made. Easy. So next step, we are going to take our baking sheet, and as I said, I am making 2, so I'm using the rectangular steamers. They were perfect as a loaf pan. And what I like to do is, just to make sure that everything's gonna come out easy, the bottom of the bowl that had the oil in, I'm just going to lightly baste that onto the pans. Never use cooking spray. Cooking spray breaks down the silicone, but you can lightly grease your pans with oil, or take some butter, like on a paper towel, and just lightly grease. So then that way your baked goods are gonna pop out easily. And now what we're going to do to make our fusion is we're going to take our scoop. So this is the 1/2 cup scoop. And I'm just going to put some scoops of the banana bread mix in the bottom corners of our pan. And then, oops, I'm going to take some of the brownie mix. I'm going to scoop that kind of in the middle. I'll do like 1.5 scoops there. And then we're going to just quickly kind of swirl it around. You don't want to do it too much, because then you'll lose like the marbling effect. But I like to just take my silicone spatula and swirl it. So as you can see here, I'm just going to lightly swirl to get a fusion of the brownie and the banana bread. Okay, you can see that. And then we'll do this one. And because I used an extra banana, I actually have quite a bit of banana batter left. So I am going to scoop a little bit more, maybe in the middle kind of. And this way, we're gonna get nice full loaves here of Brownana. Love the name. It's a fusion creation, as you can see. Okay, and then one of the family, half of the family, I should say, likes nuts. So we're going to put the rest of our walnuts into this one. Use up all of that and just swirl it one more time. Perfect. Now I do have some extra banana here, so I think I'm gonna get out one of my mini loaf pans and make a mini banana bread. So there are your 2 Brownana breads, our fusion creation that another leader in Epicure shared a few years ago. I love how everyone shares our recipes. So I'm gonna put these into the oven, but before I do, as I always mention, let your gluten-free batter set. Let it set for about 20 to 30 minutes. That way it's going to actually intensify the flavors and it'll rise and it'll help make the gluten-free baking less dense. And it really does make a difference. So try that tip. So after they've sat, I'll put it in the oven, 375 for probably about 20 to 25 minutes. I will post a picture as always, how they turn out and the recipe for you too. So thanks for tuning in. Check back later. I have another quick idea that you can use for snacks or desserts for your kids. And that'll be coming posted here later today. So have a wonderful